Hey everyone, it's Emily here, and today I am bringing you my creepy reads recommendations. This is for the GoodReads group Monthly Recommendations, and every month they have a topic of types of books to recommend for the month, and this month, because of Halloween and October, we are doing creepy reads. So I'm going to let you know, I'm a total wimp. I mean, I love supernatural and Halloween and all of that stuff, but I get scared easily. I don't do horror. So all of my recommendations are gonna be a little bit more on the tame side. So my first recommendation would honestly be anything by Neil Gaiman. He is a super creepy writer. He has some really unique stories and a really unique writing style. These two are my personal favorites. Neverwhere is about a man who moves to London, and he kind of finds himself in this underground supernatural world, and he's trying to get back to his regular life. And The Graveyard Book is a middle grade book, and it's about a boy who grows up in a graveyard, and I don't know if that doesn't scream Halloween to you, I don't know what will. If you're looking for something that's more zombie-ish, my favorite is Warm Bodies. I will be honest, I am not a huge fan of zombies, and it's not my biggest thing. But I really loved Warm Bodies. It's gotten a lot of mixed reviews, and some people love it. Some people were kind of like, this is weird. I think both the movie and the book are really awesome. The movie is definitely the PG-13 aimed toward young adults and teenagers, and the book is the rated R version aimed toward a little bit of an older crowd. I think the book is really grotesque and disturbing, but it's beautifully, beautifully written. It's a really strange, poetic and beautiful writing along with this also really gross zombie stuff. If you're looking for vampires, you really can't go wrong with anything by Anne Rice and her Vampire Chronicles. I love the Vampire Chronicles. Interview with the Vampire is a classic, and I think she's kind of the modern day vampire queen because in a way she sort of invented or really made popular the image of the vampire that we have today and made way for all the stories that we have now. This particular book is a graphic novel of Interview with the Vampire, but it's only Claudia's story, so the child vampire. If you're familiar with the movie, it's the parts where Kirsten Dunst's character is in there. And the artwork is really, really beautiful. It's a lot of like black and white old time type of illustrations, but then you'll get like splatters of red and really gross moments. And it's a really cool way to kind of imagine the story without seeing the movie. If you want something kind of obscure that no one's ever really heard of, I recommend Raw by Max Andrew Dubinsky. I followed his blog a few years ago when he would be regularly blogging, but he also wrote fiction, and he wrote this around Halloween a few years ago. It's more of a short story or novella, so it's really, really short if you want something really fast that maybe you want to read on Halloween Day that you can finish pretty quickly. It's about people who start a raw diet where they eat all of their food, including meat, raw, and it takes some really creepy turns. This book definitely gives you a little bit more of the ick factor if that's what you're looking for this Halloween. My next pick is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. It is a really good book. I read it a couple months ago and I loved it. It's really odd characters and a super villain origin story, and even though it's not necessarily like labeled a creepy read, I think it can still fit the bill because there is lots of gore, there's lots of violence, and some really, really dark stuff happening, and I think that can really be a good book to read around Halloween if you want something a little bit creepy, but it's not quite horror, a little bit more super villain, super hero type of a feel. If you want a ghost story, I really enjoyed Anna Dressed in Blood by Ken Dare Blake. It is a young adult book about this guy who is a ghost hunter, but then he meets Anna and he tries to help her, and there's definitely some moments in this book that are really, really creepy, really scary with ghosts and demons and all of that really fun stuff, and just look at that cover. I love the cover of this book. This one is a little bit of a stretch, but I just love this book so much, and any excuse to talk about it, I think, is good in my opinion. And it's not necessarily creepy, but there's so much magic and mystery to it. So if you don't really want to go toward really scary, but you want more magic and mystery, The Night Circus is definitely the way to go. And there are a couple scenes that take place at Halloween, so I think it works. And that's all I have for you today. I will leave the link down below in the doobly-doo for the Goodreads group, and I really encourage you guys to join in so that we can get to know each other and to see other people's recommendations and meet other book vloggers. Booktubers, what am I talking about? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, just go check out the link. Bye.